Hello and welcome to this webinar titled Why 50% of Grasscutter Farms Fail in the First 90 Days. If you are a grasscutter farmer, you just started your grasscutter farm, or you are interested in starting a grasscutter farming business, in this particular webinar, I'm going to be showing you how not to lose your money to many beginner mistakes when you start. The success of every grasscutter farm is determined within the first 90 days of the beginning or the existence of that grasscutter farming business. In this webinar, I promise you that my goal, that is if you stay until the end of this webinar, will be to show you how to avoid beginner mistakes. I'm going to show you why many farms fail very early, especially within the first 90 days. I'm also going to be sharing with you what successful farmers do differently and how to start the right way. Are you ready? Now, if you're ready, for the sake of those who do not know me, who am I and why should you listen to me? Now, my name is Mr. Chinedu Eluwa, and I started my grasscutter farming business under the Portable Farm on the 20th of March 2012. I was elected the national president of Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria, GRAFAN, on the 30th of September 2017 at Ikeja in Lagos, Nigeria. Currently, I am the founder of the Agric Money Network and also Portable Marketing Solution, where we bring portable marketing solutions to small business operations. I'm also the author of the amazing book, Grasscutter Farming Secrets: How to Successfully Breed, Carefully Handle, and Profitably Sell Grass Cutters. I've been in the grasscutter farming industry for quite some time. This is when I was inaugurated as the national president of Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria. This is me giving my opening speech at Ikeja. I've also been interviewed by the NTA on grasscutter farming. BBC has also interviewed me to learn more about the profits and profitability of grasscutter farming business. I've also been privileged to help a lot of the cream de la cream in the society set up their grasscutter farms. For example, this is me with Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State when I went to start up his grasscutter farming business at Makudi in Benue State. The governor started with about 68 colonies of grasscutters. You can imagine how much that would be. This is me stocking grasscutter farms all over the country. This is Songhai Farms in Benin. This is their outlet in Benin, where I stocked about 11 colonies. This is me setting up grasscutter farms, concrete cages for intending grasscutter farmers. This is me setting up grasscutter farms for people who are looking up to start their own grasscutter farming business. This is me facilitating a training for the Federal Ministry of Agriculture at Oka in Anambra State. This is me also facilitating a training for the Federal Ministry of Agriculture at Makodi in Benue State. I've been there. This is yours truly with the Commissioner for Agric in Anambra State, Honorable Mbanefo. This is me and some of my ESCOs when we visited the Central Bank of Nigeria for a heart-to-heart discussion on grasscutter farming. This is me and one of Dangote's pilots, Captain Hakim. So when it comes to grasscutter farming business, I've been around, and I know that this particular webinar you are going through now is going to save you at least 500k to 1 million naira per month, depending on how hungry you are. And that is a guarantee. Now, if you are ready for this webinar, I'd like you to kill every form of distraction. I'd like you to turn off your cell phones, shut down your social media accounts, turn off the television, then give me 101% attention, because you might regret it if you don't. So pay serious attention. If you have a notebook and a pen, that would also be awesome for you to take notes, because it's highly important you take notes. Now, who is this webinar for? This webinar is for you if you like farming and agro-business. If you are a fan of agriculture, if you are a fan of anything concerning farming, then my dear, this training is meant for you. If you are looking for a sustainable formula to make money from farming, this training is for you. It is for you if you're looking to start another side hustle. Let's say what you are bringing in monthly into your business or your income or your household is not as you wish or want it to be. Then this training is going to open your eyes to this awesome business called Grasscutter Farming. Okay? It's also for you if you are looking for other agro businesses that you want to diversify into. If you're looking to learn virtually everything you need to start and run a profitable grasscutter farming business, then you are in the right place. You are watching the right video. Okay? So if you have any questions and within the course of this webinar, I'll appreciate if you write it down so that you can remember to ask them during the question and answer segment. Or you can also send it to me via WhatsApp 08060587854. I'd gladly answer your questions. Now, are you ready? Are you ready to learn why 50% of grasscutter farms fail in the first 90 days? If you're ready, then let's jump right into it. Now, before we begin, I want to ask you a very personal question. Why do you love agro business? That is for you. Now, for me, why do I love this particular agro business called grasscutter farming? Why do I love this particular business? Now, one of the major reasons why I love grasscutter farming business is because of the high demand for grasscutter meat. Grasscutter meat has no bias. Christians eat it, Muslims consume it, traditionalists enjoy it. Another reason is because of the strong profit margins. One table-sized grasscutter can sell for as much as 50,000, 80,000, depending on who is selling it to you and the size of the animal. Also, another reason is because of its reproductive potentials. Grasscutters give birth twice in a year and then can litter between 1 and 15 children 2 times in a year. They can do 2, they can do 5, they can do 7, they can do 10, they can do 15 if God is on your side. Now, the last but not the least reason why I appreciate or love grasscutter farming is because it's scalable from small beginnings. When I mean scalable from small beginnings, it means you can start small and scale higher. These are some of the reasons why I appreciate grasscutter farming. Now, but here is the truth that a lot of people will not tell you. Indeed, grasscutter farming is profitable, but that is the case only when you do it properly. Many farmers fail early because of they underestimate the complexity involved in grasscutter farming. They think because grasscutter farming is something that they see probably when they were growing up in the village, they used to pursue grasscutters, they used to hunt grasscutters to consume the delicious meat. They underestimate what it takes to take care of, to cater for these animals. They are living things, and for every living thing, you must understand what it is, what it entails to cater to them, to breed them, to care for them. They are no longer in the wild. They are now in domestication in your own home. So a lot is expected from you. Now, what is another reason why new farmers fail early? Another reason why they fail early is because they think that buying only grasscutters is enough. When they don't buy grasscutter, they don't start. They don't finish. Nothing else they can do. Nothing else that they ought to do. Lies. Buying your breeding stock is not enough. It is never enough. You have a lot of things to do after buying those grasscutters. Now, another reason why new farmers fail early enough is because they start without systems. They just jump into it and they think that they can wing it. No, you don't wing it in grass cutter farming. If you decide to wing it, grass cutter farming will carry you go where you don't know. Okay? So these are some of the reasons why many new farmers fail. The first 90 days of your grass cutter farming business is very critical because this is the period when these animals adapt to their new environment. Now, when you move grass cutters from their old home, which is the original farmer's home, to a new home, which is the buyer's home, grass cutters become often too excited. Now they start hitting themselves on the cages. When they see people, they start trying to hide. By so doing, they tend to injure themselves a lot. They start bleeding in the nose. They might have internal bleeding. You might not know. This is the adaptation period, and a lot of care and concern needs to be shown in this period. They also pass through a lot of stress because new people will start coming to see them. Oh, you have grass cutters. Can grass cutters be bred? Wow. So these animals can be domesticated. You don't mean it. The more people come in there to see these animals, the more they stress them. Grass cutters do not like third parties. The moment it goes beyond you and the people who care for them, you are looking for trouble. So within the first 90 days, a lot of these things need to be minimized so that these animals can adapt and thrive in their new place. The first 90 days also contains the management learning curve. This is when you learn how to manage a grass cutter farm. This is when you learn what they eat, what they don't like in your area. This is when you learn how to manage them, how to feed them, the feeding format you will use. This is the learning curve. This is the first 90 days. You learn a lot of things during this period. It is critical, and it is also the foundation stage. This is the stage from which that commercial grass cutter farming business you anticipate or you envision is going to manifest from. It's a critical period, the first 90 days. That is the particular time you judge the success, or rather, that is the time you can be able to predict the success or the failure of any grass cutter farm. Because by then, everything will start showing up. The errors will start showing up. The wrong cages, the wrong measurements, the wrong foods, they will start showing up. Okay? So let us go into details of why 50% of grass cutter farms fail in the first 90 days. Now, the first mistake is poor housing setup. The first mistake that causes 50% of grass cutter farms to fail is poor housing setup. Now, a lot of people, when they want to start a grass cutter farm, they tend to start like this. They go to they reach out to a seller and tell him they want to buy grass cutters. They price the grass cutters, they buy and they bring home and they put in the cage that they had already constructed. Now, a few weeks down the line or few days down the line, they'll start seeing that either the grass cutters are escaping from the cages and mixing up with other animals there, or that the grass cutters are chewing up the base of the cage, or that the grass cutters are, beyond what they expected for the cage. It is important that as a newbie, before you start your grass cutter farming business, I always tell people, newbies who contact me, there are 3 basic steps to starting and running a profitable grass cutter farming business. And that is what my book, Grass Cutter Farming Secrets, teaches. These 3 steps are: 1, you need to learn how to breed and handle grass cutters. 2, you need to learn how to build appropriate cages for your grass cutters. Last but not the least, you need to learn how to market and sell your grass cutters profitably. Now, the second step is cage construction. If you want to start a grass cutter farming business, I implore you, do not first start building your cage, reach out to a seller. First of all, reach out to a seller and ask at the very least, for recommended dimensions you can use to build your cage or to build an appropriate cage. The template we use is 5 feet by 5 feet length, 2 feet width, 2 feet height. That is for each deck. Whether you're doing concrete cage, concrete floor cage, concrete wall cage, or concrete or iron cage or wooden cage, as the case may be. This is just a template. Now, depending on the space you have available to you, you can now build on that particular template. You can do 6 feet, you can do 4 feet, and divide. Understand me? But a lot of people, because they did not get any guidance before they started building their cage, they build cages that have a lot of challenges. And when the animals come, these challenges will be made known. Because the grass cutters, who these cages are meant to house, will start probing and will start probing and showing the damages or the errors inherent in that cage you built. A lot of people build their cages, and instead of using galvanized wire meshes for the floor and for the sides, they tend to go and use Boko Haram net or chicken wires. This is wrong, because when your grass cutters come, if the base is Boko Haram, within some time it is going to start injuring them. If it is chicken net, the grass cutters will start tearing them to shreds. So you see the reasons why you need to talk to your prospective seller or your guide when you're building your cage, to avoid building cages. I've been called to Abuja once where I went to see a farmer complain about cages. And when I went there, they built their cages with Boko Haram net. The grass cutters told them, the ones trying to escape the Boko Haram net, because it's very sharp, it messed up their body. See injuries. So it's important that you talk to your guide or to your seller to get the right recommended measurement template, so that you can build a cage that can survive and last the test of time. Next is poor ventilation. Now, a lot of people do not understand that animals also require proper ventilation or aeration. That is why I always advise people, when you build your grass cutter pen, ensure that the pen you are building has provisions for proper ventilation. If you don't do that, during the hot seasons, your animals will suffer from heat strokes. You might lose them if you don't take care. So ensure that you apply or put proper ventilation in the pen, even in the cages. To achieve this, you can use fancy blocks. These fancy blocks that have a lot of opening, you can use them and put them in strategic places in your pen for easy movement of air in and out of the pen. That is the reason why it is important you have a guide when you start your grasscutter farming business, so that you can be able to avoid these mistakes. Isaac Newton said, "If I have seen father, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." That is what I want you to do. You newbie, you new entrant into this industry, stand on the shoulders of those who have gone before you in this industry. They help you slash into two the amount of learning time you are supposed to spend. The errors and mistakes you ought to make as a newbie, standing on their shoulders help you to avoid them. Another one is dirty environment. A lot of people build nice farms, but cleaning the farm is a challenge. Why? Why should it be a challenge? Some people do not clear their grass cutter cage. The droppings, it will heap there for like 2 weeks. These animals will be sleeping on it. Do you know what you're doing? Now, let me give you an idea. Now, imagine you are sleeping, let's say you are in the prison yard and you are sleeping in those dirty cells that have urea splashed everywhere. Now, imagine what the inhalation of that ammonia will be doing to you. Now, think same about grass cutters. You allow your animals, your already healthy animals, to be inhaling that ammonium gas that they pass from their urine, which is coating and heaping on the droppings underneath them. Very bad. You will not last up to 60. 30 days might be an applause. 60 days, may not feel 60 days. Ensure that dirty environment is not found around you. If you can't clean your grass cutter cages at least once a day, do 3 times in a week. Do 4 times. There are 7 days in a week. If you do 4 times out of 7, you've tried. Do 3 times. Some people do only once. Habamana. Wrong. Now, another one is overcrowding. Overcrowding is occurs when you heap a lot of grass cutters into one cage. Now, slave trade, then they go, abi then they do. No, the recommended stocking for a cage of grass cutters is 5 animals. Highest, 1 male, 4 females, or 2 male, 1 male, 3 females. Highest, 3 females. It shouldn't be more than 5. Lots of people stock 10. It's understandable when they are little kids, but don't do that when they are grown-ups. If there are a lot of males there, they will fight. It might lead to fighting. They'll be fighting over scarce commodities like food, water, and the rest. That is wrong. So this is the first mistake. The number one mistake a lot of newbies make that cost them to lose their farms within the first 90 days. Poor housing setup. So they make wrong, they use wrong cage dimensions, they have poor ventilation, they have a dirty environment, and they overcrowd their animals. Mistake number 2 is feeding errors. A lot of farmers or new farmers use the wrong type of grasses to feed their grass cutters. This leads to food poisoning. This leads to stomach upset. This changes the biology of the animals. It causes sickness, ailments. They are inconsistent in feeding. They feed one today, tomorrow they feed 3 times, tomorrow they feed 2, next tomorrow they feed 1. Very, very, very anyhow farm management principle. They use dirty feeders. Some barely wash their feeders. Your feeding trough and your drinking troughs are meant to be washed. They're meant to be sanitized every day. But you put at least fresh water for them when they need it, they drink. Some people don't do that. They leave the water there to be dirty. They leave the feeder there. Even grass cutter droppings will be filled up in that drinker. They will leave it there for days. The animals will still drink from there. Now balanced diet that they collect from there be waiting. All these things are errors that can lead you to fail before the first 90 days is up. And the last but not the least, feeding errors is assuming grass is enough. A lot of people feed their grass as only grass. True, their name is grass cutter. They are herbivorous animals, yeah? But Oga, even in the wild, these animals feed on variety of grasses. But they feed only elephant grass, day in, day out. These animals feed on agro byproducts like yam, they feed on corn, they feed on cassava tubers, they feed on rice bran, they feed on wheat fowl, they feed on watermelon. These animals feed on ugu stems. So you see a wide variety of things. But you say na only grass they go dey chop because they be grass cutter. Baba see you see failure within the first 90 days. Mistake number 3, stress and poor handling. Very common mistake that newbies make. Rough transport. The animals are transported without consideration to the fact that they are livestock. This mostly comes from the drivers who courier these grass cutters interstate to their respective owners. Overhandling. A lot of newbies want to keep handling their grass cutters, touching the grass cutters to they don't like touching. They prefer to stay on their own. If you overhandle them, you will stress up the animals and it might lead to mortality. Another stress and poor handling mistake is no adaptation period. They bring grass cutters, they just stock them like that. There should be an adaptation period, just like I told you. A time you bring up for these animals to acclimatize to their new environment. A time you introduce new foods to them gradually, not immediately. Newbies don't have any adaptation period. They just wing it. Last but not the least is excessive disturbance. This occurs when they keep bringing in every Tom, Dick, and Harry who wants to see their new farm. They are there shouting, talking, yapping, 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 yapping. They are disturbing the animals. It leads to stress. Okay, so these are some of the stress and poor handling mistakes that every newbie is making. Are you making any of these mistakes? Are you overhandling your animals? Are you disturbing them by bringing in multiple visitors into your farm? Check. Mistake number 4 is starting without guidance. A lot of newbies feel that they can simply use random YouTube advice to start their grass cutter farms. Yes, you can. It works. But there are certain times when you will need to talk to somebody who is ahead of you in the game. There are certain times you will need to talk to a mentor to share your challenges with them. Now, imagine that you started with a random YouTube advice. How do you do that? I don't think you can find a way around that. A lot of them have conflicting opinions. Blog A says sugarcane causes toothache. Blog B says there is nothing like that. Blog C says cassava tubers can kill grass cutters. Block D says you have to sun dry it. Conflicting opinions. That is why you need a mentor. That is why you need a guide. Somebody who has done it before. Somebody who has been there before you to guide you every step of the way. It is very important. Starting without a guidance is a very terrible mistake in grass cutter farming because you will keep engaging in trial and error losses. You will see this one. My grass cutter they go chop them. You give it to your animal. By tomorrow, you see the animal cold, all within the first 90 days. So starting without guidance is a major challenge that a lot of newbies have. And the easiest way to turn that around is by simply locating a mentor, locating a teacher who is willing to guide you every step of the way. Now, what do successful farmers do differently? Successful farmers prepare before buying their first breeding stock. They learn how to breed and handle grass cutters. They learn how to build appropriate cages. They buy books, grass cutter farming books from farmers. They attend trainings. They attend webinars like this one. They pay for one-on-one trainings. Some of you say, no, we're not going to pay. We'll go learn them online. No. Successful farmers do differently. They learn systems first before they buy their first grass cutter colony self. They follow proven guidance, not hearsay, not trial and error. a proven path already established by those who walked the path before them. Successful farmers start strategically. They don't start because they want to start. They don't start because everybody is starting. They start because they know that this particular people, this particular side of people are interested in table-sized grass cutters, and they buy as much as 20 table-sized grass cutters every week. They start because they know that there is a shortage of suppliers, and when they start, they can actually help to fill that demand of grass cutter breeding stocks. This is how successful grass cutter farmers start their grass cutter farms. They plan, they prepare. Even the Bible says, even Jesus says in the Bible, have you seen a man who wants to build and will not sit down to calculate the cost? Successful farmers prepare before buying. They learn proven systems that already worked. Are you a successful farmer? Are you doing differently than those who make mistakes of starting without guidance, who make mistakes of stress and poor handling of their animals, who make mistakes of feeding errors, who make mistakes of poor housing setup? Be the successful farmer. Now, the real secret of grasscutter farming is not luck. It is simply systems plus discipline plus guidance. I remember when I started my grasscutter farming business, before the 20th of March 2012, when I bought my first colony, I had to go and learn at Ogun State. I went to my mentor's place, paid 24,000, and that was what I paid there for 1 day training. He taught me what I needed to know. I went back and I implemented it and then did the rest. And today, the systems, the discipline, and the guide that I got has taken me to over 1 decade. Yes, 20th of March 2012 till now is about 13, 14 years, if I'm correct, in the industry. That's no small feat, man. That shows resilience. That shows that I've been in the industry. I've been working in the industry. Okay? So how do you start right? How do you start grasscutter farming the right way? Now, if you want to start right, my dear, you need more than motivation. You need structure, you need guidance, and you need a proven system. Take this from a veteran in this game. Take this from the national president of Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria. You do not need motivation. You need structure, you need guidance, and you need a proven system that works. Now, I want to introduce you to a proven system that works. I want to introduce you to a personalized guidance for you, and that is our 30 days Grasscutter Survival Bootcamp. It is a step-by-step implementation program for serious grasscutter farmers. Now, what will this bootcamp do for you? This 30 days Grasscutter Survival Bootcamp will help you start your grasscutter farm correctly. It will help you avoid these beginner mistakes that I mentioned. It will help you reduce early mortality and losses within the first 90 days. This bootcamp will help you build a profitable breeding system that ensures that you breed and produce high quality, hybrid grass cutters. This bootcamp will help you grow with confidence, which is the most important thing. Confidence. Confidence to breed quality animals. Confidence to train beginners just like I'm training you. Confidence to ensure that grass cutter farming as a gospel is continuously spread across Nigeria and Africa. This bootcamp, inside this bootcamp, you will learn housing and setup, the types of housing we recommend in grass cutter farming, the measurements, how to set it up. You will learn feeding systems, types of feeding that we used, the types of food that grass cutters eat that you can find around you easily. You will learn handling and stress management. I will show you how to handle grass cutters without stressing them. I'll show you how to handle grass cutters without cutting their tail. I'll show you how to handle grass cutters without rupturing their internal organs. I will show you how to handle grass cutters without getting beat by grass cutters. This bootcamp will show you how to breed grass cutters, how to multiply them from one colony to your dream number of colonies. This bootcamp will share with you how to manage grass cutters health-wise, the types of ailments that grass cutters are attuned to, the type of diseases that grass cutters fall for, and how to prevent and treat them when they arise. This bootcamp will share with you and show you how to scale and how to be profitable in grass cutter farming. It is a guarantee. No holds barred for 30 days. Now, how will this bootcamp work? Now, this bootcamp is 30 days of structured training. Now, for these 30 days, you'll be getting daily lessons teaching you at least one thing about grass cutter farming every day. You'll get practical assignments that will help you test and ascertain if the lessons you are getting every day is actually entering. This bootcamp will support you and will guide you on how to start and run a profitable grass cutter farming business. Also, this bootcamp, this 30 days grass cutter survival bootcamp is beginner friendly. Very easy to assimilate, very easy to follow. You follow us based on how ready you are. At least for every single day, you will have a lesson to learn about grass cutter farming and practical assignments to test you on what you learned. Now, who is this grass cutter bootcamp for? This 30 days grass cutter training, who is it for? Number one, it is for complete beginners. Number two, it is for new farmers struggling early. Number three, it is for investors starting grass cutter farms. It is also for anyone serious about starting grass cutter farming the right way. Now, why does this matter? This grass cutter farming bootcamp, this 30 days training matters because one avoidable mistake in this business can cost you more than this training you are about to embark on. I'm telling you, one small mistake, one just that you went and cut grass and you didn't know that that grass has some parasites on it or has been fumigated, will wipe out your whole colony. So why not avoid it by joining this training? Why not avoid it by joining this training? Now, to join this training is very simple. Registration fee is 25,000 naira for 30 days. Now, this is less than 1,000 naira for a day. So 25,000 naira for just 30 days. And it is less than 1,000 naira a day because if it is up to 1,000 naira, it is 30,000 naira for this 30 days grass cutter farming bootcamp training. So registration fee is 25,000 naira. Pay 25,000 naira and then send a message with your payment receipt to us on WhatsApp 08060587854. Make payment to the portable farm 101-497-0480. Zenith Bank, the portable farm. Make payment, send in your receipt, and we will get you started immediately. This particular grass cutter farming bootcamp is starting by the end of this month, and I wouldn't want you to miss it. So register and join now. Okay. Now, what are some of the bonuses that you will get for being a member of joining this particular 30 days bootcamp training? Number one bonus is a question and answer support. Whenever you have questions, I will answer them freely without any challenges. I'm going to give you a farm startup checklist for you to confirm that you started your grass crop farming business the right way. I'll give you a feeding guide that will ensure that you feed your grass cutters the balanced diet that they need. I'll give you recommended cage specifications, and I'll also help you with setup and guidance. So, are you interested? I'd like to guide you. I would like to guide you. I would like to be the hand that holds you as you thread this particular 30 days as an intending or as a new grass cutter farmer. So to make payment, send your payments, okay, to the portable farm, or rather to my personal account, my first bank account, 3063 21 80 10. Chinedelu, First Bank. You either send here or you send to my farm account, the portable farm, if you have the account details. Once you are done, send me proof of payment, that is your payment receipt, to WhatsApp on 08060587854, and I'll add you to the bootcamp group. Now, it is important for you to know that this training is not for everybody. Just a limited slots for just the first 20 people who register. My aim is to train just 20 people who I can work with personally. I can't afford to carry everybody along. So jump into this training while you still can, before the slots are booked up. So take action today. Don't live with just inspiration, okay? I want you to live with a plan to start your grasscutter farming business the right way. Now, if you have any questions, I'm grateful that you joined me up to this point of this training. So if you have any questions, please send me a message on WhatsApp 08060587854, and I will attend to your questions without holding anything back. All right. So thank you very much for joining me in this training. I hope the training was informative. I hope you've learned the mistakes that caused failure in grass cutter farming within the first 90 days. The mistakes that ensure that grass cutter farmers do not move past the first 90 days. The poor housing setup. I hope you've seen the feeding errors. I hope you've seen some of these mistakes that you can change by yourself by starting right and by simply joining the 30 days grass cutter farming survival bootcamp. I look forward to seeing you in this class. Okay? I look forward to seeing you. And for you, those who are interested in getting a copy of my book, Grasscutter Farming Secrets, this is a copy of the book. I can waybill to you anywhere. It's just 10,000 naira, excluding the waybill. Just tell me your location. I can calculate the waybill, tell you, and you make payment, and we waybill to you. It is a very incisive. It is a very insightful book of knowledge on grasscutter farming. It's the type of book I would have loved to have when I started my grasscutter farming business on the 20th of March 2012. But for me, it is a labor of love that I've created and made available to people who are starting their own farming business. So interested in ordering a copy, you can go to my seller store, seller.co/GFS, to order a copy at seller, or you can make payments and send me your payment receipt on WhatsApp and tell me your location, and we'll work on sending it to you. You can see some of the testimonials from those who have bought a copy of the book. Okay, it's amazing. It's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book. Everybody who has bought this book and who has read this book have been impressed by the quality of knowledge I dished out on how to breed, on how to handle, and on how to profitably sell grass cutters. A lot of people have gotten their copies. They enjoy it. And I know that you too, just like them, will testify on the amount and quality of knowledge I was able, or I've been able, to dish out courtesy of this book. And as you place your order to get a copy, I look forward to signing it for you. And I look forward to saying thank you for supporting this journey. Thank you for being that person who takes guidance, who takes mentorship, who takes learning seriously. I look forward to seeing you in my class, 30-day Grasscutter Survival Bootcamp. And I know and I believe that it will be the turning point for you. Thank you very much once again. I look forward to seeing you in my class. Cheers.